I spent 100 days in Paleo Pines, but I could only befriend purple dinosaurs. Yeah, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Paleo Pines is a newer farming sim filled with serene landscapes, lush fields, and dinosaurs. Paleo Pines throws tradition out the window by adding a prehistoric twist to the cozy farming genre. As the game begins, me and my best friend Lucky are new residents of Viridian Valley. Our mission? To unravel the mysteries of the valley and find more parasaurs like Lucky. But before we can even plant our first crop, Paleo Pines dropped a bombshell on Twitter. The Cozy Quest Challenge. The Cozy Quest Challenge is to have purple hair and eyes, wear purple and pink clothes, only befriend purple dinosaurs where possible, include 10 purple decor items in your farm, grow and harvest 300 beetroot, stay out late enough every night to see the sky go purple, and buy 20 fragrant poppins in one purchase. Managing a semi-decent ranch and befriending purple dinosaurs? Challenge accepted. But oh boy, did I underestimate the task at hand. As the days tick by, I find myself knee-deep in dino dung and struggling to unlock every nook and cranny of the map. Can I conquer this 50 Shades of Purple world? Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, it's going to be a wild ride. As the sun dips below the horizon on our first evening at the ranch, Lucky and I stumble in, weary but eager for the adventure ahead. After some quick tutorials, I collapsed into bed, ready to kick off my journey. Day one dawned bright and early, with Mary and Owen making a surprise visit to our humble abode. Imagine my shock when they revealed that Parasaurolophuses were as rare as good drivers in Atlanta. After a little yard work, I went out into the valley to meet the neighbors, only to be greeted by a purple Styracosaurus. I was being lured into a false sense of confidence and didn't realize how the game would spend the next 100 days laughing at me. I went about my day mingling with the locals. Marlo kindly helped me build a pen for Lucky. Lucky and I found a desert near our home, blocked by a boulder, and I planted my garden to start growing food for all of my hungry dinos. On day 2, Lucky found my lost flute in the yard, and now I can speak to the dinos. Granny swung by to drop some gardening knowledge, but I was already a pro, or so I thought. Owen warned me that Mary wanted to chat. I knew she was going to teach me about friending dinosaurs, starting with a Gallimimus. I decided to ignore her advances and politely decline her invitation. I let her know that if she wanted a real shot with me, she would have to find me a purple Gallimimus. In town, I met Pippin and discovered the wonders of poppins. These things that are cupcakes but not cupcakes that the dinos love to eat. I finished off my day foraging, stumbling upon the blocked path to Dapple Wood. Day 3 was a new day and a new chance to find a purple Gallimimus, but it seems my message to Mary did not make it to her postbox, so I continued to ignore her advances. Instead, I took a peek at the job board and began my courier business, earning myself a few extra shells. Mary upped the ante on day 4, flooding the job board with tasks and bids for my attention. Nice try, Mary, but I'm holding out for that purple Gallimimus. Day 5 was a bittersweet symphony of foraging and ranch tending, punctuated by a heart-wrenching encounter with a herd of purple Corythosaurus. Their majestic hues taunted me as I reluctantly bid them farewell, all the while praying for Mary to deliver on my Gallimimus dreams. On day 6, I had to learn how to muck Lucky's pin. We spent all day out running around where she can in the wild, but instead she holds it for me here at home. She must be an anxious pooper. Meanwhile, a new face, Irani, arrived in town, casting judgment on my limited wardrobe choices. Sorry, Irani, but purple isn't exactly the most common color in the character creation menu. Did you know Paleo Pines won the award for the Game Hers Best Game of the Year? The community voted and Paleo Pines took home the win. As a thank you, Paleo Pines has offered a few creators game codes to give away. At the posting of this video, my own giveaway will be live on Twitter. Swing by the Twitter post and comment purple for an extra 5 entries to win. Thank you, Paleo Pines, for all the support you have given me and my channel. Now back to the 100 days. Day 7 through 18 blurred together in a whirlwind of zooming, farming, foraging, and errands. But day 9 was a special occasion, Mary's budding day. Luckily, Mary was on lockdown, sparing me from any awkward green Gallimimus encounters. Day 11 even taunted me with a rare blue Gallimimus. And on day 16, there was an ultra rare black dinosaur. But despite all the excitement, I found myself at a standstill in the ridge. I was twiddling my thumbs and gathering supplies to tackle the mysterious garden near the beautiful quarry herd. By day 17, I was desperate. I caved and I consulted the Paleo Pines wiki, hoping for a glimmer of hope amidst the green sea of disappointment. There I found that I was not holding out in vain. There are purple Gallimimus in the game, and I needed to keep waiting. Day 19 brought a change of pace with the Tricea picnic. I was told to put food on the blanket to attract other dinos into the area. I was so deep in despair, I didn't really understand that I could only put something on the blanket once. So I wasted my chance at filling it with food to draw in a Gallimimus. On this day, I found my 10th dreamstone, but I still only had one lonely dino. Day 20 dashed my hopes once again. With no purple gals in sight and a purple Styracosaur teasing me at the picnic area. As Tricea drew to a close with day 21, doubt crept in. Would I even be able to finish this challenge now that a whole season had passed? Day 22 marked the dawn of Jurassic. There was no new Gallimimus colors. However, I stumbled upon a patch of fresh raspberries, a new item for me to forge. My daily foraging changed to harvesting raspberries and wild carrots. Days 23 through 26, I looked and looked, watched, and waited. But there was no purple Gallimimus. On day 25, I met Avery for the first time. How did he make it into the valley when none of us can even leave? And on day 26, I decided to experiment with cooking, attempting to soothe my soul with hearty soups. Day 27 dawned with a heavy heart and dwindling hope. But just as I was ready to throw in the towel, there she was, Iris. My elusive purple Gallimimus, grazing in the meadow like the queen that she is. With renewed determination, I spent the day setting up Iris's new digs and finally made good on my promises to Mary. On day 28, I caught Owen trying to dino nap my Iris. He tried to hide it under the guise of teaching me about a Gallimimus, but I know my Iris is rare. I don't trust Owen. With Plum, a new purple Psittacosaurus in tow, Lucky and I set out to tackle repairs at the mysterious garden, ending our day persuading Pippin to try new flavors of Poppins. Day 29 started off great, with Iris by my side, finally easing the burden of farm chores with her helpful nature. But the surprises didn't end there. By the river, I stumbled upon Lavender, a purple Styracosaurus waiting to join our eclectic family. Of course, I had to show her off to Mary and Owen. They aren't very good scientists, if you ask me. Their research would have failed if not for all of my dino diplomacy skills. On day 30, Plum joined the ranks of helpful assistants. While out gallivanting through the hills, we happened upon a beautiful purple Coleophysis. I was able to woo it and name it Mulberry, and take it home with me. We welcomed Mulberry home by building them a pen, just for carnivorous friends. Day 31 kicked off with me on a quest to discover Lavender's favorite treat. Turns out, she's got quite the discerning palate, but there's no time to dilly-dally, it's ranch cleanup day. With pins in disarray and dinos in need of some TLC, I rolled up my sleeves and I got to work. By day's end, order was restored and the critters were as happy as pigs in the mud. Avery's budding day was on day 32. This calls for a celebration. There's no better gift than a potato. They're just so versatile.
Potatoes! Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Shortly after, while foraging with Lucky and Lavender, I found another purple Styracosaurus with new markings, and thus Lilac joined our merry band. Day 33 was a whirlwind of errands, leaving me questioning if anyone in Viridian Valley knows the meaning of self-service. Seriously, folks? A little effort goes a long way. Day 34 was huge. Both Lavender and Mulberry became my helpers. I'll be honest, I don't really understand what Mulberry can do, but I can now break rocks. Time to saddle up Lavender and head to Dapplewood. I spent the rest of my day meeting new dinos, logging them in my journal, and even friended a sweet oviraptor I named Indigo. Day 35, I woke up to a miracle. My house had been renovated while I was sleeping in it. I also met a new girl. Estelle's less than enthusiastic reaction to my new digs didn't exactly kick off our friendship on the right foot. Undeterred, I set off for Dapplewood, where I encountered the delightful Compsognathus Periwinkle, who was eager to join the Purple Crew. Day 36 was all about pen maintenance and expansion. With our purple family growing by the day, it's high time for some upgrades. And what do you know? Grape, the Celodosaurus, and Orchid, the Triceratops, were just around the corner, ready to join our ranks. Day 37 brought more pen tinkering. My dino friends woke up on the wrong side of the nest. Note to self, happy dinos make for happy days. Day 38 was shenanigans. I ran around finding hidden dinos and watched a couple of shows. After playing in town, I went out to the desert and found another pretty purple patterned Triceratops to add to our group and named it Heather. Day 39 also had to be a pen day. My dino friends woke up angry and I needed to fix it. Days 40 through 42 were a blur of jobs, exploration, and dino spotting. From expanding Dapplewood to befriending Mauve, the Corthosaurus, there's never a dull moment in Paleo Pines. Here's that time of the video when things get awkward, and I ask you to like and subscribe. Please don't avoid those buttons like I avoided the green Gallimimus herd. Day 43 marked the beginning of Cremtonus, a time for new crops and foraging adventures galore. Day 44 was all about tending my growing dino family, as I attempted to crack the code of their culinary preferences. Granny's budding day called for a quick visit and well wishes before diving back into the ranch chores. On day 45, I continued my quest to uncover the perfect treat for my prehistoric pals, all while taking in the sights and sounds of Dapplewood. But day 46 took an unexpected turn when I stumbled upon Owen and Mary in the midst of a heated argument. As much as I'd love to play peacemaker, I've got dinos to wrangle. Off to Dapplewood I went in search of a slashing purple dinosaur. A herd of Kentrosaurus caught my eye, but alas, my Poppin supply fell short. Cue a mad dash to Pippin's shop for reinforcements before I could welcome Crocus to the ranch. Day 47 was a blur of activity. I found myself aimlessly wandering the valley, clearing rocks well into the night. Sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches. Day 48 brought more dinosaur hunting, because apparently I've got a penchant for pen rearranging. But spotting a rare Styracosaurus felt like a good omen. With Jam the Packy and Magenta the Postosuchus joining the ranks, our purple herd grew stronger. Days 49 and 50, I needed to make a bigger carnivore pen, so I spent the days working on the ranch and planting 2 beetroots and updating my sleeping patches. Day 51 brought rain, but it didn't dampen my spirits as I stumbled upon tracks in the mud. Hoping for a clue to Lucky's family, I followed them eagerly only to find they belonged to a quarry. The search continues. On day 52, I set out to find Mary. I figured she could teach me the art of dino tracking. Perhaps this newfound skill will lead me to the elusive Paras. The next morning was Wisdom Day, or day 53. I decided to let go of Mary. My grudge against Mary. After racing the river, I took a peek at the Unkies to see if I could find one I wanted. The Ankylosaurus are one of the dinosaurs in the game without a purple variant, so the blue or the pink were the best 2 options I could have asked for. I decided to go with the blue one and named it Blueberry. Day 54 brought my first thunderstorm, a thrilling, yet missed, opportunity to befriend some elusive purple dinosaurs. Day 55 and 56 were spent exploring and tending to the ranch. with worries creeping in about gaining a slashing helper in time. On day 57, the most handsome man, Marlowe, had a budding day. I went over to bring him a meal because that's the best way to a man's heart and all that. Then I fixed the Dapplewood windmill. I spent the rest of the afternoon clearing more rocks from the ranch. Days 58 through 60 were a whirlwind of errands, including hunting for Marlowe's missing chisel. But by day 60, Crocus finally joined the helper squad, ready to lend a hand with clearing bushes. On day 61, it seemed, Crocus's helpful attitude had spread, and Blueberry wanted to help too. Now we can break fallen logs. With this newfound assistance, it was time to blaze a trail through Erototta Canyon and Dapplewood, logging new dinos and opening up new areas as we went. Day 62 and day 63 were a crash course in tracking with Mary, as I juggled errands and map exploration. But as the sun set on day 63, I couldn't ignore Lucky's somber demeanor. Being an orphan was taking its toll on my faithful steed. Day 64, my budding day, dawned with Lucky still feeling down. Opting for a quiet day at home, I poured my energy into the ranch chores and reflections. But day 65 found Lucky still in a funk, so I took Mauve out for a run instead. And as luck would have it, a secret nighttime rendezvous with Marlowe at the windmill added a touch of excitement to my evening. After our little date at the windmill, I went looking for Marlowe again on day 66, like the best kind of clingy girlfriend that I am. I cleaned up the windmill, but I didn't see him there. I found him carving sculptures instead. He told me I could stay the night at his house if I kept it a secret. Days 67 and 68 were dedicated to ranch work, with each passing day bringing a renewed sense of purpose and progress. On the funny number day, Arani came back to town, just in time for me to snag the rope I needed for the Erototta arch, and to inquire about those elusive mangoes to cheer up Lucky. With Mauve safely back in her pen, it was time to get down to business. The next day, Arani delivered the rope I ordered, and I was able to donate that to the arch reconstruction, only to realize I needed 15 more rope and 14 more planks. Days 71 to 75 were a flurry of activity as I worked tirelessly to gather supplies, spruce up the ranch, and contribute to the construction of the Erototta arch. Mary's budding day offered a brief respite in the hustle, but the unexpected struggle of gathering enough planks for the arch left me reeling. Spending the night at Marlowe's house on day 74 seemed like the best way to ensure an early start on day 75 as I redoubled my efforts to secure the forest wood. On this day, I finished rebuilding the Viridian Garden. With little bits of care, this valley is finally coming together. Going into day 76, I placed my last order for rope and planks that I needed for the Erototta arch. I also was able to finally upgrade my pockets so I have more inventory space. Day 77, with the last of the logs cleared from the ranch, it was time for me to rearrange the pens again. I rushed into town for a couple of supplies and then back home to set my dinos up. But day 78 brought a momentous occasion as Erototta Canyon finally opened its doors for exploration. Among the new discoveries was Violet, the friendly Dimetrodon, and Ufa, the adventurous Utah raptor, eager to join our growing family. Day 79 was spent setting up homes for our new friends before heading to Marlowe's art exhibit, a fitting celebration for both creativity and camaraderie. Day 80 was a grand adventure as I explored the new nooks and crannies of Erototta Canyon, reveling in the beauty of its untouched landscapes. On day 81, I realized I was on the cusp of completing my quest for the ancient tablet pieces, prompting a determined hunt to track them all down. Day 82 was another Tricea picnic day. After leaving food at the picnic, I went over to the canyon to play my flute and try to get the Parasaurolophus nearby to appear. They didn't. In the middle of the night, though, Lucky ran away. The next morning, I went searching for my best friend Lucky. A family reunion was in progress. I, of course, had to bring a parasaur home with us to keep Lucky company, so we adopted Hyacinth. I also found a purple protoceratops I named Raisin, a Coreothosaurus named Tyrion, and Bora, the Baryonyx. Days 84 and 85 were filled with activity as I donned my all-new purple outfit from Marani and set to work expanding the pens to accommodate our growing dino family. With the addition of 4 new dinos in one day, space was at a premium, but I finally mastered the art of enlisting dino help to plant seeds. Day 86 saw me running a myriad of errands in search of more shells, culminating in the delightful discovery of Fuchsia, the velociraptor, late at night. On day 87, Owen's budding day took a backseat to my quest for more purple friends, but day 88 brought a sudden realization of my other goals. I needed to buy 20 fragrant poppins and plant 300 beetroots. This prompted a frenzied dash to procure beetroot seeds and poppins. With determination and resourcefulness, I scrounged together enough funds to purchase the poppins and 188 seeds. I didn't know if I walked away from Lily's stall that day, would more seeds show up in time? Day 89 dawned with disappointment as Lily's shop lacked beetroot seeds, sending me on a frantic quest to sell my possessions and prepare fields in the hopes for securing more seeds in time. Day 90 saw me selling goods until Corlin's pockets ran dry, then off to Erototta Canyon in search of elusive beetroot seeds, though none were to be found. I spent the day preparing the soil for their eventual arrival. On day 91, there were no beetroot seeds. I zoomed around a bit to check for purple dinos, then headed home to care for all of my beetroot sprouts. I finally realized I can change the sleeping biome type, but I sold a lot of my supplies so I can't upgrade them all. Day 92 brought more disappointment as Lily's stall remained closed, heightening my worries as the days dwindled before the beetroot harvest. Yet amidst the uncertainty, a glimmer of hope emerged in the form of a purple Carnotaurus named Wine, adding a touch of joy to the otherwise bleak day. Day 93 was a rainy day, but that means I don't have to water the fields of beetroot. Lily doesn't have beetroots on this day either. I did find the Erototta mill. After that, I headed home to harvest the first 100 beetroots late into the night. Day 94, I started with selling all the beetroots I could to Corlin. Then I dashed off for Lily's for the last chance at beetroot seeds and the last chance at completing this challenge. The prehistoric gods decided to smile on me this day, and Lily had beetroots in stock. I bought 124 seeds. This brought my total to 317 beetroots. I wasn't really sure what my number was at, so grabbed extra just in case. The only thing left for me to do is to get all these seeds in the ground. Raisin has been lonely, so I swung by the desert to look for another purple protoceratop friend, finding Fig. Day 95 was a flurry of activity as I harvested beetroots, negotiated deals with Corlin, and indulged in a bit of retail therapy at Alex's stall, adding a touch of desert charm to the ranch pens. This is also the day I remembered I could sell anything and everything to Nalrock. I could have sold things to him back on day 88 to save myself the panic over the seeds. Day 96 began with the familiar rhythm of morning chores, followed by foraging for pen upgrades as the countdown to day 100 continued. On day 97, I dedicated myself to the care and upkeep of the ranch, ensuring my dino companions were as comfortable and content as could be. Day 98 was spent watering, feeding, and cleaning up poop. After that, I zoomed a bit looking for more purple dinos. That night, I moved Wine to his own pen so that he could be happily introverted all by himself. Day 99, I went looking for another Utah raptor to keep Uva company. She is a herd dino and could use a friend. Luckily, there was another purple variant there, so I adopted Calfaray. I spent the last moments of day 99 clearing the ranch of debris and bushes. And finally, day 100 arrived, bringing with it the long-awaited beetroot harvest and a sense of relief. After selling the bountiful harvest to Nowrock, I made one last visit to Alex's stall for desert decor. I zoomed around one last time to see if I could find any new dinos to add to my herd. Of course, I had to say goodbye to the green herd of Gallimimus that almost broke me. I was hoping to find a purple T-Rex or Allosaurus, but I settled for Ione, the Therizinosaurus instead. And with that, my 100 days in Paleo Pines were done. Let's take a quick look at the ranch and recap all of our purple friends. I don't know about you, but I noticed while I was editing that a little bit of my footage was cut off on the side, and I can't make up those days, but I can redo the tour of my farm so that it's not quite so cut off. So this tour of the farm is like a couple days in. I don't think I've made very many changes to the farm overall, but I do still want to share with you all the dinosaurs that we have here. In this pen, I have Jam the Packy and Mulberry the Coleophysis. I'm just gonna get out my journal because the likelihood of me remembering all of these names is very slim. So here we have Magenta the Postosuchus, and she's by herself. Then over here we have Blueberry. Blueberry is an Ankylosaurus, and he's actually my only non-purple dinosaur in the whole ranch because there is not, at the time of recording, there was not a purple Ankylosaurus. There have been other colors added since I recorded this 100 days video, and I think a purple Ankylosaurus might be one of them. I'm not 100% sure though. And then also in here with Blueberry is... not you. Not you. Plum, the Psittacosaurus. Oh my gosh. And this pen here is our Triceratops pen, and we have Orchid and Heather over there. In this pen, I have the Styracosaurs. There is Lilac and Lavender, and then Grape are Celodosaurus. And then over here in this pen are the Cories. We have, oh, a pile of poop. Mauve and Tyrion. And then we also have Iris, our very rare Gallimimus. She took a lot of work to get a hold of. So what I kind of tried to do was put all of the valley dinosaurs in this section, except for the parasaurs. They're kind of alone. And then over on this side, I put all of our desert dinosaurs. And this pin here is Violet, our Dimetrodon. And Violet was a real MVP and did a lot of planting for me. Then this is our tiny little habitat for the Protoceratops, Raisin and Fig. They're super cute. I believe they're the only repeat color variations that I have, but Raisin was lonely. Raisin needed somebody to talk to. And then here in this pen, we have a Pinacosaurus. This is Eminence. Eminence is a diva. Oh my gosh, I remember. Eminence needed a lot of one-on-one time. I would have to come visit her on the daily, give her treats, pat her nose, and clean her shit. Over here is the bestest boy in the whole heckin' world, Wine, the Carnotaurus. I really love this sunset. Excuse me. I really love the sunset coloring of his chest, and he's probably my favorite so far. And then in this pin are our Utah Raptors, Uva, and is your name Calfaray? I think your name is Calfaray. Calfaray. So then if we make our way this way, you're not gonna... Where did you come from? Fuchsia the Velociraptor. I think she's a forest? Am I missing? I think she's come from the forest area. I'm not 100% sure. The sun is already fading. Oh my gosh. So if you actually make your way back this way, you don't see it very much, but this is where some of my other fields were to accommodate for 300 beetroots. And then this is also where the parasaurs are. Of course, our Lucky and... What did I name you? Hyacinth. And then on this side, I went ahead and put all of the forest dinos. I really do like Bora the Baryonyx as well. Also one of my favorites. Maybe I have a carnivore preference. And then in this pin, we have Crocus, our Kentrosaurus, and I accidentally grabbed 2 of these. Therizinosaurus. In that last day, on day 99, I grabbed an extra one, not realizing I already had one. I knew this pin was full of, like, social dinosaurs and could use another friend, but I didn't quite realize I had one in here already. So we've got Heliotrope and Ione. I believe Ione is the newest, and I might actually let Ione go. And then we have this pin here with Indigo the Oviraptor and Periwinkle the Compsognathus. But I don't think this is where that Velociraptor came from. Maybe the Velociraptor doesn't look like there's missing one. Where's your home, baby? Where is your home? Do you not have a home? Can I look at you? Fuchsia's pen biome seems okay. Well, so she has a pen, but where? Fuchsia's pen is all by herself. Fuchsia, where is your pen? I'm so confused. Where do I have her? Okay, Fuchsia is actually a desert dino. I should have gotten on a dinosaur. I should have gotten a ride. So where is this mysterious third pen? Oh, right here. Fuchsia's pen is in between Raisin and Fig and Eminence. I walked right by it without even realizing it. This is Fuchsia's pen here. She's a long way from her pen. But with that will be the conclusion of the tour of my purple dinosaur challenge. And look, we're even ending on a purple night sky, just like the challenge said we had to do every single night. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really had a lot of fun doing this. I learned a lot, especially on the production side. Sorry this is a bit of a shorter 100 days when you compare it to some of the other 100 days videos. This was my first attempt at doing 100 days, and so it was a huge learning experience for me, and I have already come up with ideas for improvements for later 100 days challenges. I hope you guys will stick around and watch for when the next 100-day challenge comes up on the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I heckin' appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you soon.